Decision making. What quality do we give to our thinking? How deep do we reason problems out? What perspectives do we open up when making decisions? Decision making is a whole industry on its own. People are paid to make decisions. No decision is ever 100% perfect. Yet decision making differs in quality. Some people can immediately think years in advance, while others get drowned in the present situations and difficulties at hand. Everybody does not possess the same clarity of mind. Some people do learn faster than others. We do not have the luxury of knowing if tomorrow will meet us. Yet most humans live with the hope of becoming successful someday, or of leaving a legacy of honor. In some communities, consulting is highly underrated and undermined. Sure, we make millions of small decisions every single day to be able to live through our days, most of them just unconsciously. Yet decision making is to be trained and learned actively. It is highly understudied and neglected by most cultural groups. We should give quality to our thinking process. Some people are well read, and some have been exposed in ways that they understand situations far in advance before most other people. Our educational standards and titles is the best thing happening to us. It is backed by hard work and diligence. This has elevated and empowered most of us, and we should use this newfound confidence to promote proper qualitative decision making in our communities. Every community needs knowledge and wisdom to grow, and sure, we should understand the difference between our instincts, our intuitions, and our deep reasoning methods, and how they influence our decision making. It's not the availability or lack of educational titles, no. It's the dreamy, sleepy way most humans go through life. The moment we start exploring or asking questions, barriers start building up. It's too strenuous to think for most people, and people do not want disturbance. Yet to be able to have a quality time and the quiet we need, we must wake up and be intentional. Just because the community places high demands on visible business success results and educational titles, this is placing educated people under a massive invisible pressure to make extensive introductions and outlining titles instead of passing the badly needed knowledge on time. We end up studying for the sake of exams and cannot function outside the scope of predefined structures, trapping most of us humans as slaves for most of our lives. We should be thinking more out of the box. We all come in with healthy sense of instincts and intuition as humans to help us in our decision making. Yet our communities, and most of all our emotions, if not well balanced, end up disrupting our clarity when making decisions. Some are just not capable of deciding anything, so they let everything to destiny. When in groups, we can differentiate different categories of people who make decisions or who influence decision making. Yet the leaders mostly end up bearing the mammoth part of the risk of all decisions made, we fear to own our situations. The majority are just followers, the follower category, just trusting and following the given system. Or this can also be out of other reasons based on the priorities we set for ourselves. Another category poses a challenge to the leadership or decision makers for different reasons too, mostly of envious nature, since they might unconsciously or consciously seek to be like the leaders or decision makers themselves too, or due to a list of unresolved grievances. Then the explorers category, always asking questions to maybe learn more and grow or empower others. Yet this particular group is met with mixed feelings and odd names. Do we understand why they ask so many questions? Some ask if it is something about their voices that they love to hear very much, or if they just enjoy typing or maybe love their handwriting on paper. Mostly, the mystery is solved months or years later, and the reality hits and brings back those questions as complex problems needing urgent solutions. Then again, there is the category of the very unsure set of people, tagging from side to side, seeking to maybe understand or just to please one group or the other. Then the fault-finding negative group. This category are the contrarians by nature. They might never really change since they seek to assert superiority, to find some form of happiness they lack, even without realizing it. They generally get lost in perfectionist goals and open condescending attacks. Then the confident silent category. Who are these people? The mystery group. These are looked upon with critical eyes. Some might stay silent because they have no idea and have not taken time to study the subject matter. Yet some stay silent for arrogant reasons too. Others do stay quiet for the noble reason, which is to empower and let others air their perspectives before they speak from a place of understanding. It all boils down to the fact that we must own our category and see how we can improve on it to help our communities grow amicably and make better decisions. To avoid making ignorant decisions that might influence us negatively in the long run, we must spend time studying. We must realize that even if we stand for one decision now, there are other perspectives and aspects of that same decision that we might be struggling with. Decision making needs support and encouragement. Yet, we must make that final decisions that helps us go ahead. We must learn to allow space for as many perspectives as possible without feeling attacked or without attacking each other. The best decisions come from systematic disqualification of decisions that have a poor success lifespan and ending up with decision options with a longer success lifespan. Our opinions might seem perfect in our own eyes, yet other opinions could still be better than ours. Our human languages are not perfect and have never been perfect. So we hardly know how to release what we have in mind in 100% perfect way. We should think positively first and always. We will always try to influence each other with our views, which is not a bad idea at all. Yet we must be bold and courageous to examine all perspectives while avoiding to simply tag ourselves to other people's decisions and outcomes. The growth process continues, and it's all about love.